Yes. Hey everyone. Now I hope you guys are able to hear me and see me clearly. Hello, Vamsi. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Great. Let me check how many people have joined. Okay, people have joined on different platforms. Great, great. So, once again, good afternoon, everyone joining from all the platforms. I'm sure everybody is doing great and excited about today's masterclass, guys. And thank you all for joining the session on weekend. And it's going to be a wonderful session. And it's wonderful to see so many enthusiastic learners joining to explore the world of cloud computing, right? So before we dive in, before we dive in, let me introduce myself quickly. I am Alok Anand, and I am co-founder at AlmaBetter, and I will be host for you guys for today's session. And along with me, there are guests who have taken out their time to interact with you guys, and I will introduce them in no time. So, this masterclass is designed to give you a sneak peek of the journey, one of the most transformative technologies of our time. And we will definitely have exceptional panel of speakers to guide us through it, right? So, in just no time, I will be introducing them and they will be coming to you guys and giving you the understanding of the world of cloud computing. So, let me share my screen. Let's start the first with the agenda, what you guys will be going through, and then we will move forward with the introduction of everyone. So, giving you an idea about what's going to be the agenda for today. So, first, again, after this, I will be giving you the panel introduction. You will get the overview of cloud computing, what this is, and why it is important in today's world. How do you kind of start from zero or start from where you are and you kind of make it happen, right? You become a cloud engineer or you get into the world of cloud computing. So that we will be hearing from Harish. So Harish Verma, he is one of our panel member. He is cloud engineer at Google. So hang on until then and he will be sharing his journey, and I'm sure all of you guys will get lot of understanding, lot of motivation from him. Now, after that, we have launched looking at the current advancements in the field and looking at the requirements we are getting from different companies. We have launched the Masters in Cloud Computing specifically for the students who are right now in at AlmaBetter. They can upgrade, and also for the new students, they can be part of it. So I will be giving you the understanding and sneak peek of that as well. After that, we have very interesting person with us, Varun Tyagi. So he is Alma Better alumni. He is working as junior full stack developer. Very recently placed with by us, and he is in our panel member. He will also be guiding you guys, giving you his journey and giving you a lot of understanding that how you should be taking it forward. Lastly, we have Q&A. So all of you guys, as we do all the time, any question, any confusion, anything from all the platforms, if you guys have, please comment it there and our team is going to take that up and this whole panel is going to answer. So along with me, we have Harish and Varun. All of us will try to give you the best answer we can uh, come up with. All right. So I hope all of you guys are excited. Please put yes in the chat if you guys are here, kind of going to learn about cloud computing for the first time. You might have heard about the term, but this is the first time you will be getting into the world of cloud computing as well as hearing from the expert from Google and all the different panel members. Yes, put yes in the chat if you guys are excited. Let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. All right. So I can see a lot of thumbs up over here. Great, from different platforms as well. Great, great, great. Awesome, guys. As I mentioned, we have Harish from Google working as cloud engineer. And here we have Varun. Varun will be taking up you guys to a journey, how he has kind of started with Alma Better, what all things he has done, and then what he is doing currently. So all of those things Varun will be giving you as an understanding. And I will be your host. Now, continuing with our first topic, guys. So, first topic is going to be overview of cloud computing, right? So, what this whole cloud computing is. Before I want to get you guys into, I want to give you an idea which actually excited me during my days. Okay, which actually excited me to get into this field of what this cloud computing is and how why it is so much important in the current world. So there was one problem statement I will be talking about, and this is one very interesting story. And this is when actually all the companies they started recognizing about the nuances and the importance of cloud engineering as a whole domain. So this is the story of 2019 ICC World Cup. What you see on screen, it's a real case study. It's a real problem statement. You can search it over on Google. You will get the understanding about the Project Hulk. Now, what this is, I will be talking about in just some time. This graph which you see over here, it's not an ordinary graph. Rather, it came out as a headache for his Disney Hotstar, right? So this happened during the 2019 ICC World Cup. India and New Zealand in semi-finals, they were facing each other. The first batting was done by New Zealand, and there were around 13.9 million users kind of active and watching the game. Then suddenly there was a, let's say, break, and then after that India started batting again. People started joining in. Wherever you see dip, there is someone getting out. Suddenly from here you can see this point, right? This particular point where you see my cursor, this point, Dhoni came to the pitch to bat, and suddenly there was a peak of users coming to the platform to watch the game, right? Suddenly from 16, it was highest, but from this point, which will be somewhere around 10, 12 million, it went up to 25.3 million users suddenly joining the app. And this is a real case study which I'm talking about. And after that, then Dhoni, then after that, Dhoni kind of got out, unfortunately, and then suddenly you see users going out of the platform as well. This sudden spike in the users joining the game for to watch it and suddenly again leaving it out. Sometimes when you leave the game, you will just close the app or you will just leave it there and don't use it. You become inactive. There were a lot of problems happened in that particular time, and app kind of crashed. That is when Hotstar understood that this is something which they have to tackle. And this was a very big problem which Hotstar faced during that period. Before that, it was never the case. Everything was very much handled. You see these many users here coming in, it is kind of consistent. But how they are going to handle these kind of sudden spike and sudden drop? That is when they announced the Project Hulk. And this is kind of considered as engineering marvel. And around this time itself, around 2020, I also started kind of following this whole field because this project at that time, it was something which came out to be a really niche thing where a lot of cloud engineers coming together to figure out how it should be handled, right? So after that, they started figuring out and kind of came up with a lot of interesting solution to this. They understood how to scale the users. How do you add up more space or more servers? How do you do ladder based scaling? So there are a lot of different nuances which they did, which is much more advanced than what we are going to talk about, right? But towards the end, they solved this, right? They solved this whole problem statement, and from that point of time, this problem became very common to all the companies. And from 2019-20, more and more users they started using the internet, and more apps which kind of comes live during some time, like Geo, Disney, where Disney was doing it, it's still doing for a lot of games. Geo is now doing it. So all the companies they started realizing that cloud engineering and this whole part of where scaling millions of people using it, it's something where they have to put their mind on. They have to hire people where who can handle these things. They need specialized people for this, right? Now, all the companies in the industry, they need the cloud person as the backend developer or the cloud engineer. They need the person in that role, right? Like for us, we are at a very small level compared to Hotstar and other companies. But when there is a live session at 8 PM, suddenly we see spike in users joining the platform. That is also something we handle at our own level. Same, it used to happen with IRCTC as well. When Tatkal booking was done, suddenly lot of users were coming in, going out, and because of that, it was lot of issues happening, lot of crashes were happening. So these are the examples and case studies. Actually, you can go through it. It's a very interesting case study. This gave the rise to the whole field of cloud computing and kind of, I would say, importance to this field, right? Now, this is why now a lot of companies, they want cloud engineers, they want people who have understanding of cloud in their team, right? And that is why kind of we have also gotten into it, because as AlmaBetter, we are in the mission of first job in tech domain. We try to enable first job in tech domain, and this is one of the role which we have started getting from different companies, right? That can we get people who are good at cloud computing? We are going to launch multiple different courses around cloud computing in just no time, and we have started with masters in cloud computing. You guys can explore it on AlmaBetter website, but not getting into that right now. Let's focus on our topic for today. So next is, we have heard about cloud computing. We understood about what do we understand about, what are the problem statements, case study do we see. Now I want to give you guys a brief understanding about what actually this term cloud computing is. What do we mean by this, right? So here, one thing which I would like to clarify to everyone, whoever has joined, that you might have heard about cloud and still it feels like it's a cloud which might be virtual. I know that whoever has joined this session, they don't resonate this cloud with the actual cloud which gives us rain. No, it's not that cloud. I know all of you guys are smart enough to differentiate that. But one thing which you guys have to understand it very clearly, that cloud is not something which is virtual. It is, of course, it is given to show the virtual thing. There is something which is virtual where some information is stored, but actually that is not the case. Actually, that is not the case. You have a physical data centers present somewhere in the world or spread out across the world. In India also, you have data centers, physical centers, where there are lot of servers present where your data is stored. It's a physical center. It's a physical center out there called as data center, where your data is stored, where all the internet applications are hosted, which helps all the internet stuff which you do happening 24/7. This data center is kind of live 24/7. It's like a computer, it's like your computer, but then again million times more powerful. And again, here it is something which kind of you don't have to manage it, it is auto managed, and there are people over there who are managing this whole data center. So imagine this, let's say this building as a data centers, and lot of businesses, they connect with these data centers and they pay the rent. So you have got the space on internet and you are going to pay the rent. And who provides us these spaces? Companies like Amazon, they have AWS. Companies like Microsoft, they have the platform as service as Azure. You guys might have heard about these terms already if you have started your journey. Now, GCP, provided by cloud. So these big companies, Amazon, then we have Microsoft, right? Then here we have Google. All these big companies, they provide the space in their data centers. So this is what their business is, right? So apart from what you see, they have this business as well, where they have invested millions and millions of dollars to establish the data centers, because they can do it. They have a lot of money, right? So they have established all these data centers, and that particular data centers you are going to rent, and you are going to get that particular, you have to pay the amount, and then after that you can use the space. So that data centers, whether it is AWS, Azure, or GCP, companies are going to connect. Let's say companies like, I talked about Hotstar, companies like Netflix, companies like IRCTC also, they also use these kind of data centers. And towards the end, we have companies like us, AlmaBetter, and like us, there are thousands and thousands more companies over here, over there on internet. doing all the operations on internet itself, right? Now, for all these companies, if they are using this data center, and you can imagine if this is helping these platforms to stay live, stay 24/7 present for the users, there will be someone who will be managing it, who will be specialized in this, right? Who will be specialized in this whole thing. And that is what cloud computing is. As person, if you are in cloud computing, in this particular domain working for a company, then in that case you will be dealing with these platforms. And how do you ensure that your infrastructure which you have, the website which you have, different applications which you have, how do you ensure that that is kind of managed, it's live, there are no errors coming in, right? There are no errors coming in. Can you guys give a quick thumbs up? I see from Priyanka that my voice is not audible. Can you guys give a quick thumbs up if I'm audible to all of you guys, just for the check? Yes, great, great. Let's continue our discussion then. All right. So, as I was discussing, let's go back here. So, as a person, if you are in as a cloud engineer, if you are in this domain, the first and foremost thing for you would be building and managing the infrastructure. When I say infrastructure, in our real world, we have buildings, we have markets, we have whole infrastructure around us in which we live in. Same like we have internet where there is a space on cloud, your websites, your applications, your data, your tables, your all the information, all those things are present on cloud. And that is something which as a cloud engineer you will be managing. And understand this is not a very easy task to take up, right? If you are responsible for such a big responsibility, you have to be top notch, you have to be on your toes. You should know what you are doing. And that is what cloud engineers do, building and managing the infrastructure where your platform, your application will be live 24/7 on these cloud centers. Next is automating operations. So now with cloud computing, DevOps also comes in picture, because cloud engineers, they are responsible to ensure that the system, the website application is live for users, and that we call it as application is on production. So there are, let's say, 2 3 phases how any application is built. So first you develop. As a developer, how do we approach this? So as a developer, first you develop the or code the application. Just understand this. Then after that, somebody will be testing it. Some tester, software testing engineers and different person, product managers, they are going to test the application, that we call it as QA, quality analysis, or just you can say it's a testing phase, right? It's a testing phase. You test if everything is working right. And then after that, you push it in production. It means now it is live for users. Now, understand this whole thing is not one time. It's not like it's done just for one time and it will be in production and for your eternity, for years and years, it will be same. No, every day something or the other changes. This cycle happens every week, every day. Some new changes are going to be shown. Like for us, batch changes, live class is different, what you have today versus tomorrow. So every day in application, things are changing. Lot of things are automated. Lot of features we try to add in some time or the other. So this whole process of from development to testing to making it live for users, it's not just for one person. There are hundreds of developers, hundreds and hundreds of developers working in the same company on different projects. How it will be managed? Earlier, this was the very big pain point for the companies. But now, because of this whole field of cloud computing and DevOps, along with that, it has made this whole process very easy and streamlined. Now, development to QA to prod, there is a whole concept of using different platforms like Jenkins. You have GitHub, you have cloud platforms. Easily, this whole pipeline is made. If you see something going wrong in prod, quickly you can revert back to original or the previous checkpoint which you had. Or if everything is going fine, then next rollout when it should be happening from dev to prod, all those things you can plan. So this is again second most important thing which cloud engineers are part of. Now, After that, if I talk about the third thing, would be ensuring security and compliance. Very important aspect of cloud engineering as a domain, cloud computing as a domain. So ensuring that security and compliance, each and everything. Right now, you uh, for quite some time we have not heard about any security breach, but it happens on a daily basis. Some company or the other, if they have not, or if they have ignored the security of their system on internet, it's very easy to take the data, right, or put the system down or something or the other. So ensuring that what domain you are live, how you are going to make that domain or whole website or your data and all the information around it secured, that's also a very big task for cloud engineers. And lastly, we you have over here optimizing cost and performance, right? So to all these things, if you are renting a space, and if you want to do all these, you have to ensure there should always be a balance of how much space you want, how much computation power you want, versus what's going to be the cost over it. There has to be an optimization. Just giving an example. So if I was talking about, let's say, example of Hotstar, right? Hotstar, if I have 64 GB storage, just giving an example, and I see that it is kind of good for 10 million users joining in, going out. What happens when you have 24 billion or million users, right? Million users joining the platform or app. Then the 64 GB will not work out, right? 64 GB you will not be using. You have to use, let's say, 128 GB storage. Now, of course, what you will be paying for this particular storage, you will be paying more for this to AWS or any cloud platform. Are you guys following me? That if I have lesser storage with me, I have rented out lesser storage from AWS, then in that case, I will be paying less, correct? And it will be able to handle certain 10 millions of user, 10 million user. If I rent out more space, 128 GB, then I can handle more users. So, as a cloud engineer, if I am, let's say, naive, I will say, ki, nahi, from now onwards, I will be using 128 GB. Is this the right strategy? That from now onwards, I will be using 128 GB as the storage? Give a guys yes or no in the chat. Is this the right strategy? That use 128 GB for all the time. Use 128 GB for all the time. What do you think the answer would be? Should I use 128 GB for all the time? Answer is actually no, because not all the time you have 24 million people coming to your app. So as a cloud engineer, now your job starts. And okay, I need at certain point 128 GB, but for now, what should be the configuration? There is something called as auto scaling. There is something called at different you have serverless infrastructure given by AWS and Azure and all the platforms. So how do you use that to ensure that you are using the space whenever it is required? So whenever the renting out space and computation is required, then only you are using it, otherwise not using it. It's not something which is straightforward. It's not something which is straightforward. You have to write scripting, do a lot of coding over there. And that is why this whole field is here very important and going to be there in the future, coming in a lot of different aspects around it. I hope you guys have got this. I hope you guys have understood this. Give a quick thumbs up, right? Great. So now, moving to the next part, to our next topic, which I will be talking about. So as I was talking about, right, different topics, what cloud computing is, you will start noticing now on internet these all roles being active from different companies. As a cloud engineer, solution architects, DevOps engineer, cloud security specialist, cloud networking specialist. So this you see, this is mostly around the security and compliances. This DevOps engineer, you see, this particular role is for making sure that your whole process of development to making it live for users is streamlined. And then you have cloud engineer kind of working in all the things. Solution architect, you design the overall system as at a very large scale, how it should be managed. Like you have different platform, like talking about Netflix or talking about any platform. In fact, just a simple platform like AlmaBetter also, we need the solution architect compared to the complexity of bigger platforms with lot of users as per their own business model, right? So here, solution architect, they have to get into it. They have to understand that how, in the best way, looking at all the constraints, my solution is or my system is designed. So that is what these all rules are. And over the time, if you look at the journey, what we have seen over the years, how it is taken forward, you have, first of all, entry level, associate level, lot of jobs. Now you will see 5 to 10 LPA. This is what the range is. And here, the work which people are doing right now is around networking. Networking is not the MBA networking. Okay, mind it, guys. It's not the MBA networking where you are talking to people. Okay, just imagine here, this networking is computer or system to system networking. Okay, computer to computer networking. Don't think about that you go out there in conferences and do the networking. It's like how one computer will do the networking with other computer. Then you have Linux systems. So all these different platforms, AWS or Azure, when you interact with those platforms, actually you have to use this Linux command itself. For Mac and Windows, it's good for your own system, but there, almost all the time, you will have Linux operating system there, managing the server, whatever system or storage you have rented out or computation you have rented out. Then you have scripting. So how do you write scripts which automates the stuff and all the things around it? That's going to be the entry level thing which you do. As you go to the mid level, when you have more experience of the system, you go into more deployments which are very critical to the whole system, and then optimization. So you will understand first how the system works, right? And then after that, you have mid level level, when you have 3 to 5 years of experience around that, enough experience kind of. It's not just can be measured by years. Sometimes the exposure of project also gives you the leverage of getting this much salary. But point here is, if we average it out, generally 3 to 5 years is the good amount of years where you will be getting mid-level experience, and you will be working on deployments and optimizations. Now, after this, you have lead roles when you go large scale system design. Now, you have understood about optimization, deployments. Now, once you are here as on lead roles, then you will see your career to a level where you are designing the system altogether, right? Any new product or feature is going to go live, you will design where data, how data should be stored, how, how much storage you would need, how much computational power you would need, how things will ramp up, ramp down, how data will be stored, how it will be accessible by the application versus data scientists, data engineers. All those different things you will be now designing when you go 5 plus years of experience. And then this is something which is executive role. Just wanted to ensure that 10 plus years of experience, mostly you become engineering manager or the head or the CXO, whatever you want to become. There you are going to be your own overall experience you will be utilizing to a bigger problem statement which you will be solving. So this is what your career trajectory is going to be. Now, to answer Ritik's question, very interesting question asked by Ritik over here. Why is Mac or Windows not optimized well? No, Mac and Windows, right? Versus Linux. Now, these two are mostly created or developed for users like us, or somebody who is not, let's say, coder or from the business background. They have this operating system. By the way, all three are operating systems, right? These are operating systems. Now, these OS, these are created for non-coders to generally use it, right? Non-coders, if they want to use the system, they have everything around that itself. That is how it is created, Mac and Windows. But Linux is a system which has been created, which can be easily be managed, and you will get lot of configurations over here, which will help you, right? It will help you, first of all, it will help you manage the system at a very core level. You can access the storage, you can manage it more than what you can do in Mac and Windows, more than what you can do in Mac and Windows. So this is something where you will get more capabilities around managing the internal system of your computer. So this is one reason. Now, second reason is, of course, these two, Mac and Windows, these are enterprise, right? So Windows, if you want to get the Windows operating system in your laptop, you have to buy it in normal scenario. Or Mac, you have to buy the MacBook or the Apple system to get the Mac as an OS. But Linux is open source, it's free, and it is something which is going to be part of all the cloud servers which you're going to get, right? So, two things. First of all, Linux, if I talk about Linux, is what? Linux is starting with open source, right? Open source. And then, second, this is something where you get better configuration at deeper level, right? Configuration at deeper level. Great. I hope it is clear. I hope this is clear. And I'm sure that now, looking at all these roles and the journey over here, this must be this must be giving you an excitement about how actually day-to-day work looks like, and as a cloud engineer and working at very good company, top of the company, which all of the people in tech they aspire for. You want to hear from him how and what is kind of his journey to get there, right? So I warmly welcome Harish on stage. He will be coming and he will be giving us the understanding about how he started it, what was his motivation, and now how it's going with him at Google. So let me quickly take him on stage and then we can move it from there. So we have Harish.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Harish.
Hey, hi, everyone. How are you? How are you all doing?
I hope everybody's able to hear Harish, right? I can hear you, Harish. Now over to you.
Okay.
Welcome
Yeah.
to this session. And now I will
Yes.
take myself out of the stage and please
hmm hmm
take up from here. Thank you so
First
much.
of all, yeah, it was like a great walkthrough, Alok, and I uh, really can see that how this course can be really helpful for all of students who will be joining because being a cloud engineer myself, I see that all these useful topics being covered. So, moving ahead, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. So, I'm Harish Verma. I work as a cloud engineer at Google. So, I have a passion of working on AI and machine learning mostly, and I have developed solutions, end-to-end solutions using cloud-based approach. So, if you'll see, if you want to start developing your career on cloud or uh, yeah, cloud. So there you need to develop end-to-end solutions. So instead of starting from working in notebooks and developing solution that is on your system to moving into production based solutions, that is where cloud is required, and that is what a cloud engineer does. So I'll start my how my journey started. So I graduated from IIT Kharagpur, and then I worked on a company named Quantify. I was there for like 3 4 years, and then I am working at Google like for past 2 to 3 years almost. And the fields which I'm working right now is mostly generative AI, wherein we develop these generative AI based solutions in Google Cloud and deploy or productionize these solutions to the clients. Okay, so talking about like what cloud engineers do, there can be different verticals of each of cloud engineers. What they can do. First one is like the AI ML part, where you productionize the AI ML solution using Google Cloud, and then there's like a data engineering part where you use cloud-based data engineering products or data SQL products, and you productionize that or use cloud to do that. And then there's like one more vertical, which is infrastructure, wherein you provide different type of compute options to uh, train machine learning models or host databases. And then there's like the fourth vertical, which is the security aspect of it. Whatever solution you develop, you need to make it secure. So that is where the security part comes into the picture. So majorly, we can divide the cloud engineering part into these four verticals, and this is how like a cloud engineer can work on these four verticals. So talking about my part, like I majorly work on the AI ML part of cloud engineering, where what I do is I develop solutions. We make some small projects of it. When we see that these kind of projects are working, so we productionalize that solution. So being a cloud engineer, you will see a high impact of whatever you have implemented to real time scenarios. Like if you'll see, say, I'll take an example of, say, a Zomato chatbot. Okay, so I am assuming like everyone over here is using e-commerce uh, websites or e-commerce apps. We can say like if you developed a Zomato chatbot and then in real time people are using and you get a real time feedback and then you improve your solution. So like these are the kind of problem statements which which as a cloud engineer you will implement and develop. So yeah, that is there. But like, let me tell you one thing. It's not about like where you what you work. It's all about like experiences and how you work more and more on these cloud-based solutions. So while I started, there was no like very limited course on what cloud is. So I majorly started with learning about AI and machine learning, what are those algorithm are, and then find eventually when I was like 1 or 2 year down the line my career, I came to know about this cloud, and then I heard that if you want to deploy your solution uh, into a real world scenario, which an example I gave, like a Zomato chatbot, like where really people will use your solution. So that is where you need to learn cloud. So for me, it was like a learning which I did within the career. There was no specific courses which right now AlmaBetter is launching. So I learned it through the career only how cloud works. So with the experience, I came to learn all these different verticals of cloud and uh, become an expert on that. So right now, even I'm learning and growing. This is like a very highly growing phase of cloud, and everyone is trying to get into this. So I will say that a, a very good career to jump in right now. Uh, I think yeah, that's it. I'll look from my side. Any questions or anything? Okay, we have.
Hey Harish. No, it
Hello.
was really great. I was listening to
Uh-huh.
you and
Mhm.
I was going through your journey and kind of I have followed your journey right from the start, from Alma Better
Yes.
beginning itself. I have
Yes.
seen you,
Yes.
right? And it
Yeah.
has really been awesome. And I'm sure all
Mhm.
these students, all the people here in the chat,
Mhm.
from all the platforms, they have understood what it takes,
Yeah.
right? At the end of it, I believe that it's something which people, anyone can do, right?
Mhm.
Just that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to build a step up over there, right? You have to
Yes.
take first step and then until you get the success, you have to be there. And it's going to be always a learning process goes on and on. Even
Yeah.
you are at Google right now, you must be getting challenges every day and something or the other you have to learn,
Of
right?
course. Of course. Every day is a new challenge. Every day we code and we get a new error and we see that hey, some new services there incorporated in cloud and we need to learn it and like implement. So yeah,
Correct,
you're
correct, correct.
very correct.
Great. All right. So, Harish, again,
Mhm.
guys, we will be meeting with Harish during the Q&A. We will have panel discussion. So, hang on there. We will have very
Mhm.
interesting questions asking to Harish. So, one of the question would be cloud quantum computing launched by Google. How many of you have heard about this? That very recently, I think it's been 1 month, if I'm not wrong, Harish. Google has launched quantum computing. So, we will be hearing from Harish about that, what it is and
Yes.
how it's going to affect the future of
Yeah.
computing. Right?
Yeah.
Just hang on here. Just in
Yeah.
some time, we will come back. Thank you so much, Haris. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So we are back to our discussion. Quickly, you have heard from Harish. Now I will be talking about the Masters in Cloud Computing, which we have launched. So quickly, I will give you the glimpse of it, so that all of you guys here, if you are interested, if you want to follow this journey, and if you want to get into it, it's something which you can, kind of take up as your career option and as your learning and upskilling option. So let me share my screen again, and we will take it forward from there. So as I mentioned, next part is Masters in Cloud Computing. Very quickly, I am going to kind of talk about it. So first of all, as I mentioned that even if as a new earlier we launched it only for upgrade for our internal students, but this is something we have got the approval from the university. This is something which we have launched it in collaboration with Wolf University, and we have got the approval for new people, new students for 2025 joining in and starting their career. So here, as it is for all other master's degree as well, here we have foundation track, we have specialization track, and at the end we have Alma X Plus industry immersion track, which you guys will go through. Overall, it's going to be a 12 months degree program, and it will give you 90 ECTS credits, which is globally recognized. So this is something which you can kind of, if you want to do further studies, if you are going for a job in different countries, in 60 plus countries, actually, it is recognized along with USA, UK, all these countries. They recognize this as the degree, as well as all these credits. It can be transferred for other courses as well if you want to do over there for further studies. So here the enrollment foundation track, what will be covered over here for the masters in cloud computing right now. So starting with your basic as a fresher, how you should be starting your journey. You will have JavaScript starting from here. Then you have all the MERN stack. Then in the last module, you have overall there are 5 modules. Just giving an understanding, 5 modules. You have JavaScript 2 modules. Then you have MERN stack, which will cover front end and back end. I'm not getting too much into this because anyway you have all these things on website. If you're interested, you can go and look at the curriculum in detail. Right now, so front end, back end, where you will be looking at React JS, you will be working on the applications which you can build. And here in the foundation track, how do you deploy at a basic level? That is something which you learn. It helps you build the foundation as name suggests. So it helps you build the foundation. You are going to become a full stack kind of developer or engineer, I would say, where you know about these things at the foundation level. When you go in specialization, there you have all the components of cloud coming in, where it starts with foundation, where we talk about Azure, right? We focus on Azure over here. So with Azure, what are different nuances? What are computations, different services, right? How do we set up serverless? All these things we talk about in foundations. In distributed, we talk about if you have big data, then how do we deploy Hadoop systems, right? Distributed systems, how do we deploy? Then we have advanced computing as well, advanced cloud computing. Here we talk about security, compliances, user management, etc., etc. We talk about over here. Then after these 3 modules, here you have overall 7 modules which you will be going through. So here 5 modules, here 7 modules. In 7 modules, after these three, you have DevOps. So as it was mentioned by Harish, and also I mentioned it. So DevOps is one of the very integral part of cloud engineering. And in DevOps here, what we talk about as it is whatever it is required in terms of end to end, from development to prod, to ensuring that in prod any issues which are happening, users using the application live, if there are any issues, you will be working on that. After that, you have system design, around the system design, right? So where you have high level system design, low level system design, it means how do you design the overall component, how do you design the databases, tables, and everything around that, right? High level and low level. And lastly, you have NoSQL data stores. So overall, all these different modules will give you an understanding of a complete cloud engineer. How do you become, right? Starting from development, it opens up a lot of roles, not just for cloud engineer. Rather, when you join, initial phase itself gives you the opportunity for front end development, then you have back end as well. So you kind of upskill yourself, or you are there in the market not just with front end knowledge, but you have the skill of back end as well. You will be preferred, of course, right, as you have better knowledge around this also. Now, as you go ahead in specialization track, you get into the cloud engineer and you make yourself ready for the future roles. You make yourself kind of secured for your further roles, as in with experience you are going to be getting. So that is what overall you are going to get. Now, something which we have added in our master's course and master's degree is that here you can have the entry for master's students, right, at any point of time. So whenever you join the program, whenever you upgrade or join, you are in Alma X batch, which we call it as Alma X master's track. So as soon as possible, you will be ready, you will be trained on other aspects which are required at that level for the job, and your placements phase will start, your resume will start getting shared. That is why you see that Alma X of 1 to 3 months, it's something where it is optional entry right after foundation track or during specialization track, or in fact after that as well. You can join and then your kind of eligible for placements and your profile is getting shared. So this is what your overall and understanding of how our program looks like. So starting with foundation track, it will go on for almost your 6 months, 5 modules. The foundation itself is something which has to be given more attention. Then after that, you have specialization track, which will go on for 3 to 5 months. It can go 5, 6 months based on how you take it up. You have 7 modules specific to cloud computing over there. Then after that, your research paper you will be writing, and then you can opt for AlmaX, right? So this is the general flow, but AlmaX is something where we train the students for the placements, mock interview, resume, that you can start at any point of time whenever you join the master's degree. At the start, your business communication and other things starts. That is what I'm going to come in the next slide, that how what our AlmaX actually looks like, right? So here the learning side, uh, 300 hours of live classes, live support, these all things, it's fine. But if I talk about the placements over here, we have, in the case of master's degree, you directly get into ABCAT. But during the session, during the learning, you have to ensure that you are working on your coding skills, you are working on different skills over there. How do you kind of interact with people? How do you interact during the interviews? The business communication part, soft skill, hard skills, everything around that will be done during the AlmaX batch, which you will be part of, right? And that starts immediately when you join the program, right? So 30 plus personal mock interviews, smart portfolio development, then you have access to 700 plus. Now it has actually gone up. So access to 700 plus hiring partners and leadership communication classes, which you get. And that starts immediately when you join the master's degree. It's an optional whenever you have time, because you have to give extra time for this particular thing. So sooner you need, you can join. That's an option for you, right? Now, enough of this overview. I have I have AlmaBetter alumni who pretty recently joined through AlmaBetter and got the opportunity, and he has started working as well. So I want you guys to hear from him. We have Varun Tyagi on this particular panel with us. And all of you guys, give a quick thumbs up. He will be joining the session now. He will be talking about his journey and giving you guys an idea that what it takes to kind of make it, to finally get the opportunity, start working as developer, and that too as a fresher, right? That too as a fresher, having no background of tech. So let's hear him out. Let's see how his journey had been and how he has kind of made it. So let me move him to the stage. Hey Varun, are you able to hear me?
Hi, Alok.
Hello Varun, welcome to the session. And all of you guys, give a quick thumbs up if you're able to hear Varun.
Also, I would like to apologize. I couldn't find an empty. I'm at the workplace. I just,
Sorry.
I'm at my workplace right now, and I couldn't find an empty room, so I apologize for all the sound.
It's fine. It's fine. I think we can hear you. Specifically, I can hear you very clearly. So please continue.
That's
Okay. So I'll
So
keep
yeah,
I'll make myself out of this place. Now over to you, Varun, and you can interact with these students
I'll
now.
give a
Okay.
bit of an introduction.
Yeah, yeah, please do.
So yeah, I come from non-tech background, and I was in sales before this. And last year I decided that something like web development really attracted me. Software engineering in general really attracted me, and I thought that I was looking for an upskilling platform. That's when I came across. Within 1 year, I found myself job ready, and I got to learn a lot of things that I thought that I could do myself, but I never came across those things when I was doing things by myself. I learned a lot of intricate details that actually helped me get the job. And it's been like, so when I joined Alma X, I did a lot of mock interviews, and that was really helpful. The mock interviews alone, I think, are worth it because uh, getting feedback about yourself, getting to know where you are lacking, is something that we will improve on. And yeah, it's been 1 week that I joined Hey Coach, so it's kind of similar to AlmaBetter, and absolutely. And I joined as a full stack engineer. So I find myself lucky actually. 'Cause last year I never thought that I would work as a full stack engineer, and now I got a very good opportunity. And this was the very first company that I got an opportunity to showcase myself. And this was my first company after completing the list, and thanks to the mock interviews and all the guidance, I was able to clear it. So yeah, that's my entire journey. And I feel lucky that I was invited to talk in front of people. And so yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Varun. And I can see there is some issue in the audio, but the crux of what you wanted to say is very much clear to everyone. All right. Yeah. So I think it was great to hear from you, Varun, and here a lot of people are there who is right now looking forward to kind of reaching there where you have reached. And I just want to, give them an understanding. People can do it. All you have to do is kind of the consistency, as you mentioned, right? So it takes time, but the consistency, honesty, if you are there, whichever domain you are from, you will finally achieve what
yeah,
you want.
it's
Right.
a big thing switching from one domain. I'm not better
Exactly.
very helpful.
Correct, correct. Now, what we are going to do, so I will invite Harish also on stage, and we will do the Q&A because, guys, now it's done from my end. The whatever we want to talk about, that is done. Now, you guys can ask your question in the Q&A section in the chat, and we can then take it up and give you the answers from our end, right? So I will be inviting now Harish, and before I take up your questions, guys. There is one very peculiar thing which I want to hear from Harish, and I'm sure that all of you guys will get the benefit out of it. So, first question which I want to start with, and being Harish at company which is right now leading the whole race of AI, right? So,
Yeah.
how do you, Harish, see this? That this impact of AI, how it's going to be on future jobs? Like, how do you see this, advancements?
Okay, so I see that AI will for sure impact the future jobs, but I see that it will not impact like there will be not job losses in my impact. Whoever will try to learn and adopt AI will like grow more in the career as compared to who will not. But yes, but like we as a community over here who are like learning cloud and AI, for us I think it's a good opportunity to get into this, and for us it will not impact much. It will
Mhm.
be more for people who will not learn AI. So for those people, it will be a major factor, in my opinion.
Got it. Got it. It's
Mm.
more like you have to use AI in your job, right?
Yes.
That is how it is going to be. Right? If you use that, if you are more towards this, then it will be better for you, and you will have much more secure kind of interaction or much more secure kind of job roles and career in the future. Got it.
Yeah.
Right. And Varun, what are your views on this? You have been new in this journey, but just want to hear your views as well. How do you see?
So I think it's more of a tool than something that will replace us. I see people around me in my workplace. They use AI as a tool to enhance it, whatever work they do. So yeah, I think How we use it depends on us.
Mm, mm,
It's in a very good place to help people like resell. It will enhance instead of business.
makes sense. Makes sense. Actually, that is what a lot of leaders are also talking about this, right? That is what they have also mentioned, that we don't know what will happen after 5, 10 years, maybe. But right now, it's the time that all of the people who are here on the call, they have the interest in AI, they have the interest in tech. And that is what is going to be the next thing. If you are here, if you are thinking about making into this particular role, it's going to be something which will be beneficial, right? And in other roles, of course, if you want to go, there will be component of AI which will be penetrating, right? It will always come around that. And one thing for sure will happen, that there will be new roles coming in the market, right? It will not be same old same old. It's going to be the some other roles, and people will get over there, and something or the other will be related to AI, machine learning, cloud engineering, and all the things around it.
Yeah. So I'd like just to add on this, Alok, that not only AI, I think cloud is also one of the
Mm,
roles which will get a huge boost because more and more AI comes into the picture, more and more cloud needs to be developed. So as a
mm.
cloud engineer, these roles will also get a major boost along with AI.
Great. And as you have mentioned, that is going to be my next question around that one. So this whole
Yeah.
quantum computing, how do you look at this? Like, what do you think the future would be of computing after this?
Yeah, I think like Google right now just launched a quantum chip, which is Willow, which is a state-of-the-art quantum chip. I think it does some calculation under 5 minutes, which does the like a recent fastest supercomputer takes around like 10 septillion, which is like 10 to the power 25 years. That is done in like 5 minutes. So that's something very huge. But as of now, like uh, what how it can help is it will majorly help in enhanced machine learning and like the computation which is required under the back end, which is right now done via GPUs or TPUs, that might be switched to quantum computing. Right now, there's like more and more research going on, but don't know what will happen in like next 2 or 3 years. Maybe
Mhm.
we can train a chat GPT within a day or so. Maybe just saying that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, anything is yeah,
Right. And major concern which I see over there on internet is about the security. That now it
yeah,
will be so easy to crack into the system and then get the data access and all.
yeah,
So
yeah. Maybe quantum computing can help there as well. Like more and more encryptions can be
mm,
there, and that will help. Yeah.
correct, correct. And Varun, have you been following this news?
Not so much actually.
Yeah.
For now, I've been very busy with the books.
I can understand. It's a next big thing for all the people. They are excited, and I'm not sure when it will come for the general public to start using it. But this is something which is huge, because the if you look at the execution power which it has, it's like mind-boggling. What will happen? Maybe the systems like IoT, AR, VR, that will go to a next level altogether because of this whole computation power. All right. So these two things which I wanted to hear from you guys first, because I'm also very excited, and Harish, you being on the panel, it has to be asked, right? I wanted to know, like, what are your views on this? Now, people,
Mhm.
I see there is one question posted by Sandeep and also mentioned by Harshita over here, that what are your views, Harish, over here, that people from non-tech background, right? They have
Mhm.
done graduation in different fields, maybe engineering, non-engineering, commerce, and other fields.
Mhm.
Do
Mhm.
you think they can make into cloud computing, and what are going to be their chances over
Okay, so I see that for a cloud engineering or a cloud computing role, I think a basic tech is required a little bit, which is like Python and or any language. A basic is required. Once that base is covered, now then you can learn cloud and you can easily go into this space. So
here?
cloud computing is a separate thing which you can learn and execute. It's just that a basic tech skill of a programming language is a mandatory. That's it. And apart from that, in my opinion, everyone can dive into this particular role.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Very well put. And I guess just to put it here, Harish, how about your journey? Like you also started from non-computer science kind of background, but you made it
Yeah.
to this particular level, right?
Yes, yes. So even I did my engineering in like civil engineering. I did civil engineering, and uh, I had this. So I'll talk about that. Like Alok was one of my seniors in my college, so I know him from a
Yeah.
background. So I did from civil engineering, and then like post that, what I did was, as I said, I learned a basic programming language that was Python,
Mhm.
and then post that. I first dive into the AI/ML part, so I learned about AI/ML, and that's it. That's how I went from a civil engineering background to a computer science background, you can say. So that is how other people can also follow the same thing. They can learn a basic programming language, which nowadays Python is mostly prominent. So I'll prefer Python to say, and then learn about cloud computing, and then you can deep dive into this role.
Got it. Very well put,
Yeah,
yeah, Harsh,
yeah,
because that is something which it also inspires me as well, right?
yeah.
Because it's when you have to learn something on your own, right? Then
Hmm.
actually you get the practical experience. Sometimes which that I feel, right? When you start
Yes.
and when you get that particular interest over in the field, and then you start it up, then you start the structured learning, you get into the field of it. So it gives you a lot of understanding around it. So that's what like in the so in our curriculum as well, just giving you a brief about it, right? And Harish, you might help us with the like how
Uh-huh.
it is right now with the cloud computing.
Yeah.
So we have started this whole field. If people want to start
Hmm.
from the non-tech, if I would say, they
Hmm.
would need the push of initial where you have to give a initial development computer system and all the things around it, how it should be done, right? So that's what the initial phase of foundation is about, where they understand about the applications, they understand about front end, back end, JavaScript. That's what comes around the first part, right? And they
Hmm.
go through JavaScript, and then after that, they have whole 6 months of cloud computing around it, right?
Hmm.
That is where they understand the scripting, the platform, and different nuances around it, and as we discussed about around the session itself, right? So
Yes.
that is what we have followed. Even if you are starting from basic, if you are starting
Hmm.
from zero, you will start at a point where you
Hmm.
are going to be starting. The first day would be like basic what the system is,
Yeah.
right? And how
Hmm.
do you write a basic variable, and how do you start it from there, right? Correct.
I think that that's great. That is what even it is required. So cloud computing is as a separate, I think, course or subject which we can learn. Even like from non-technical background, they can like start learning. And there's like not a very mandatory requirement that Python should know. There are other components in cloud where
Mm,
not very much in-depth programming is required. So I'll say it's an open role for everyone, and everyone can deep dive on this.
great, great. Thank you so much. Now, Varun, how was your journey? Again, because this question is coming from non-tech background, right? So, how was your day one and initial phase at Alma Better, where you able to understand things initially? So, how did that journey go?
So, one back background. Initially, things were very challenging. Same I can say for the company I'm working. Now we are on the process of migrating from uh, native React to Next.js, and it is. But the thing is, along the process, we do get to learn a lot. And at AlmaBetter, I learned a lot of things. As I said, like some things I never thought I would do. And yeah, I see the changes that I have are the things I've done in the past 1 year. And yeah, I feel confident in myself. I feel a lot really like the change and the confidence I gained in the last 1 year. That's something else. That's it.
Got it, got it, got it. So just to clarify to everyone, because there is some audio issue, what I could understand, Varun. So here, Varun has mentioned about initial days are going to be challenges because when you start something, you have to push yourself, right? It's not going to be easy going. Like nobody can promise you that. If somebody is saying that it's going to be very easy, you don't have to do anything and you will get everything, everything spoon fed. It's not going to happen, right? Initial days are always challenging. You started off, you have to hang in there, you have to be strong enough, and then after some time you feel that things will start making sense, right? And which I always say that initial days are always about collecting the dots. You have a lot of things you learn, right? You have functions, you have different knowledge skills coming in, and then you are not able to figure out where it will be used. Somewhere or the other it will be used, but as you go ahead you start thinking, "Okay, okay, these are the dots, how it will be connected," right? So that is something which you have to keep on doing, that daily basis, whatever you are doing, make sure that that concept is cleared, and don't get confused around कि क्या यूज होगा, कितना होगा, कहाँ जाएगा, कैसा चल रहा है. इन सब चीजों पे इनिशियली बहुत जाता है. Whatever is there, focus, and then move forward, and slowly and steady you will see that everything will start falling in place, right? That is what I think, Varun, you mentioned, and just wanted to elaborate to everyone. All right. So here, Sashank has asked, it is something directed to you, Harish. How can I get
Mhm.
job in Google? I have 3 years of gap and 1 year of experience in Tech Mahindra. So you will be the best person for it.
I think for getting a job in Google, you need to develop some experiences on that particular role. First of all, I'll say that explore all the roles in Google which you can and find a best match to it. Try developing a profile for it. Say it asks for a 3 years of experience in that particular role or 2 years of experience, something like that. And then there will be skills as well mentioned. So try developing that thing. And one thing I like to mention is experience makes the count. So whatever experience you'll get, that is the best learning you will have. So try developing experience on that and then start applying, I'll say. And then it's a long journey. You'll have some round of interviews and all those things. So yeah, the major important thing is have some experience on that particular profile which you are looking for. I think it takes some time to develop that. Give it a some time, and then you can start applying.
Got it. Exactly point. You are pointing it right. So one thing which I can see in the question is 3 years of gap. So Harish, what do you think? Do you think gap years that matters, or how does that play around?
I will be very clear and specific to all the people over here that only thing that matters is you are suited for the profile. It doesn't matter that there's a year gap. It doesn't matter that you are 30 years of age, you are 20 years of age, or 40 years of age. It doesn't matter at all. Only thing is matter is your profile should be suited to that particular role, and that's it. If you have experience, if you have done the project which is required for that particular role, you will get hired. That's the only thing. And I this is for Google, and I think this for all the companies which they look for. They just look for experience. They just look for whatever work they want the person to be do. You should be able to do that. That's it.
Nicely put, actually. This is what we also do. So, see what happens. There are a few companies, they have these kind of criteria, right? They think about, okay, if you have some years of gap, what you were doing and how, why it happened, some kind of other things they try to put in as a factor, right? Whether that person will be here working for long term.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Now, what we have seen over the years, in last 3 to 4 years, what we have seen, that mindset is changing. Now people are not hinged on that, okay, tier one college, or a lot of focus on the degree and all. That is one side, of course, but other side is always about skill, right? If they see that the people have done good things in that particular domain, if they have work on projects, then eventually they shortlist and they at least give you the opportunity of interview. And right,
Yes.
if you are in interview, then after that it's all about how do you talk about your gap years if it comes out.
Yes. Completely true.
Exactly. So that is what, Sachank, I think is going to be your answer. So don't worry here, whatever gap and everything, forget about that. What you are doing currently and what you are doing to gain that skill set and experience, focus on that, and eventually you will see everywhere you can join, right? Be it
Yes.
Google, be it any company you are dreaming of, there you will get the opportunity. All right. Here, one question. Let me understand this first. Okay, so let's say I did VBA coding in Excel. Will that count? Okay. So Haris, what do you think here would be?
I think it will count. Learn some basics. I think if you have done some coding on VBA, you understand how coding works, how variable and all those things work. So I'll just get I'll just recommend that just start something with Python very basic, and then you can dive into the cloud computing part. Even if you do not start something, you will be able to understand cloud computing better because you have done some VBA coding.
Hmm, hmm. So one thing which actually Haris you pointed out, right?
Mm,
So first thing is when you do coding in any language, right? When you do coding
mm,
in any language, it
mhm.
gives you a structured thinking how we think from
Yeah.
a point of view, right? And in
Yes.
that case, when you try to learn other language, because maybe VBA coding directly will not be helpful in cloud engineering, but the logic
Mhm.
which you have developed, that is going to be very much helpful in learning new language. So whether it
Yes.
is Python or whether it is JavaScript, it's going to be very quick
Yeah.
thing to grasp, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Like you have put it very correctly, Alok. Like the structure or the mindset, like or there's like something inside our mind, right? Like how we'll do this, how we'll do that. It's completely new. So all these things just uh narrow down to like nothing, because if you have done something on Python or VBA, you have like some understanding of coding. That's the point. Yeah.
All right, so I think I we have covered all the questions, and that is, I think, that is our time as well. Harish and Varun, you guys have been great, and thank you for all the patience and the questions answering over here. And like you guys taking out time, it will help lot of kind of people who want to get into this field, right? Who want to take their journey forward, and they look at you as role models, right? So thank you so much for being here. And we have Harshita from admissions team. She can be here for all of you guys. If you are interested, you can connect with her and take your journey forward. So I will give stage to Harshita now. And again, I will thank to you, Harish and Varun. And I'm sure there will be a lot of such sessions we will be doing as per your convenience, guys. And people will definitely gain a lot. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. It was a pleasure over here. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Harish.
having
Thank
me.
you, Varun. Hey Harshita, are you able to hear me? Just giving you stage right now. If
Okay.
somebody wants to ask you any question, or if you can give them a brief overview or platform towards the end, like people will be definitely interested in that, right?
Yeah, okay, sure, Alok.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let me pin the video. I will take myself out. Okay.
okay, okay, Alok.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. It was great interacting with all of you guys, and I'm sure this session is going to be helpful to everyone. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, and enjoy this whole year getting ended, but New Year is going to be definitely special for all of you guys. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now I am taking myself out of the stage.
Okay, hi everyone. So myself Harshita, I'm basically trainer plus program advisor in AlmaBetter. So I'm going to take all your queries here. Like if you guys are having any concern related to program admissions or anything related to placements, if you have any concern, you can write it down on the chat box. I hope you guys are clear about the program. Like you got all the in-depth knowledge about the program, like the masters which we are having in cloud computing from one of the top university, Wolf University, right? So, do you guys have any concern related to classes, like how we take the classes and all, and how we resolve your queries in the program itself, and how the placements are? Yeah, about the course, Sandeep, definitely. Let me explain you guys. This is the master's program. So this is going to the program fees is 2,80,000 plus GST. That is in total 3,30,000, where we have included all the charges like your live classes, as you guys will get 3 days classes, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The mode is online, but definitely the first class is what we are providing you all, that is the live one. So 3 days classes are there. You guys can note it down: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the timing is are going to be 8 to 10:30 p.m. 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. The classes are going to be. Okay. And the instructors whom we have hired here, those are the industry experts. Plus, we are having some professionals here, like you guys, the industry experts who we have hired. They have more than 8 years of experience in the industry, like in companies like Fang Mang. So those are the one who's going to come and teach you here, and they will give you some industry knowledge as well, so that you can have some industries idea, like how things work in the industry. So yeah, any other questions? I hope the course fees is clear. That is 2,80,000 plus GST. This is the master's fees where the placements what we are offering you, we give you assurance, right? With Elma X, as Alok has told that we are having LMAX where we make sure that you guys are getting all kind of training for the placement and you're getting the right job here. So we include all the charges in the course fees itself. Um, okay. For non-techies, Harish talked about gaining some knowledge on Python. Do you have the bridge course? Yeah, Sandeep. We are covering everything in the program. And first of all, let me tell you one thing. Like people who are from non-tech background, guys, you don't have to worry about that whether it is going to be too much technical for you or not. You just have to put your efforts. We are teaching you everything from basic level. Okay, we have divided the program into three parts. Like first, we are going to go with the foundation track. Then there will be a specialization track, and then the thesis. Okay, so we will start from very basics. Okay, we will start from introduction, everything. So yeah, everything we have planned in a way. So people who are from non-tech background, they can also go with the program. They can start from basics level. When your basics are clear, you can directly jump for the intermediate or advanced level. Yeah, we do have all the bridges here, Sandeep. So everything we have planned in a structure way. Now, second important thing, let me tell you about this, that as you guys have heard, Harish told about the experience, right? Someone has asked the question for the career gap, right? Now about the experience, guys, we are also offering you experience in the program itself. Now people who are having a career gap, you guys have to focus on the experience. People who are fresher, they also have to focus on experience, real time experience, not like you're building your own project or product, not like that. You have to focus on the company's real time projects. Okay, so we are actually providing you some real time projects here in our platform. We are having more than 20 plus companies here. Like we are having Amazon, Netflix, Uber, LinkedIn, Zomato, YouTube, Mintra, and like this, we are having some product-based company. Plus, we are having startups who are like higher tier 1 startups, tier 2 startups we are having here. So we are going to provide you their real-time projects where you are going to work on different parts, and you will take experience, which companies are actually asking for. And accordingly, when you guys are going for an interview, we are going to help you out with the portfolio as well, so that you can show your experience which you're getting here. See, guys, this program is completely practical. Okay, we are basically providing you a complete practical program here where we are mainly focusing on upskilling and then experience we are targeting here. Okay, so you guys just have to make sure that you're taking both of the things, because companies are asking for both of the thing at the same time. Company wants that you should have the complete skills, plus you should have experience as well, a real time experience or an internship you should have, right? We do offer you internship as well, but we ask you to go with real time projects because there you get more exposure. Okay. Course duration, yeah. So the course duration, this masters is for 12 months, because and this masters is equivalent to the degree, to the degree which you get in India, right? 2 years masters you get in India. As this masters is from UK, so there the masters are only for 1 year. So 12 months masters are there. Like we are going to provide you 12 month masters here. But yeah, you will get a MS degree in cloud computing from Wolf University. Apart from that, we also provide you some certifications. So we give you three certification here. One from IIT Guwahati, we offer you in web development. Second, we give you Microsoft Azure certification as well. We give you AlmaBetter certification as well. So you guys are going to get one degree and three certification here. Okay, but the price, there is no separate charges for certification. Charges are included in the master's program only. But yeah, 12 months master's program is there, but we give you some more time to complete it. So the degree is going to complete if you're consistent in the program and you're doing the program consistently, you can complete it in 12 months. But yeah, we give you some wave of time as well. We give you one more year, like 24 months we give you, in case if you guys are taking placements and you guys are getting busy on that part, you're not able to continue with the program. So you are having 12 more months to complete it. Now let me explain you one more thing, guys. About the placements part. Okay, so let me explain you about the placements part. Masters, MS in Computer Science, Cloud Computing, yeah. So you guys can see it's globally recognized in Europe, US, Canada, and 60 other countries, including India. So if you guys are getting this degree, after that, if you guys are getting opportunity in abroad, so this degree is equivalent valid over there as well. So you guys can easily, you don't have to go for masters again. And another thing is you will get some plus points by this degree. So this is MS Computer Science syllabus re-engineered by the post ChatGPT era. We have like actually we have we have structured this program in a way that this is up to the market. So everything we have upgraded here in the program. 12 months part-time program with live online classes are there. So we are giving you completely live classes here. Okay, your first classes are going to be live 3 days, as I told you. But in case if you guys are like miss the class, so you do have the recordings as well, and we give you the recording as a lifetime access. So in future, if you guys want to check again, okay, guys want to go again with the part, you guys want to check the recordings again, you can. Okay, no prior coding experience is required. As I said, the people who are from non-tech background, you guys can switch here very easily. First of all, after doing this masters, you will get a technical degree. Second of all, during the program, you will not face difficulty because we don't require prior coding. We are going to teach you from basic level. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is, see, till now, with us, more than 30,000 students are aligned with us. And the highest package we have offered till now, that is 40 LPA. And our average package goes to the freshers, that is 15 LPA. And we are having more than 700 plus hiring partners here. Okay. So we are having a lot of companies. We are having product based company like Google, Amazon. We are having Netflix. We are having Sony, Oracle, so many companies we are having. We are having service based as well, like Accenture is there, Cognizant, Tech Mahindra is there, Infosys is there. And apart from this, we are also having startups like Uber, LinkedIn, Zomato, Swiggy. So if you guys are planning to get into startup, we can help you out with that as well. So we are having n number of opportunities who are inclined with us for the hiring part. So, but again, when it comes to the hiring, they have their own criteria. And as I'm mentioning you again and again, that the criteria is simple: skills plus experience. So if you're lacking in any one of things, again, you will face the difficulty. So just make sure you're fulfilling those criteria for the companies. Okay, you guys can check the placement report from here. You can download it from here. These are the basically the instructors who are going to teach you here. You can see Neeraj Sharma is here, who is a senior software engineer in Microsoft. Srinivasan is here. Ishan Negi is here. Harish, you guys have met Harish only, who's from Google Cloud Engineer. He's also one of the instructor who is teaching you here. So you guys can check. There are so many instructors we have hired from the top companies who are working in a product based companies who are teaching you here. Okay, these are the founders, Shivam Datta, Vikas Srivastav. They all are from IIT, from different IIT. Some are from Kharagpur, some are from Delhi. And you guys met Alok Anand only in the session. So these have came up with the AlmaBetter. So these are the success stories. What you guys can see the success stories as well, who got the placement through us. So, guys, this is like a whole. This is the curriculum what we are covering. I think Alok has already covered the curriculum, how we will teach you and everything. But yeah, we will start from foundation track. The initial 6 month is going to be the foundation track, where we will start from basic introduction to computer programming. So we will start from introduction to JavaScript programming, JavaScript foundation, everything we are covering from the basic level here. So you guys can check this curriculum also on the website, or you can personally connect me for this. I can help you out with this part as well. Design and analysis of algorithm we are teaching you in the basic level, so that you can have some basic understanding in the DSA part. Then front end development, back end development, these things we are covering in initial 6 months. Then your specialization track is completely in cloud computing. So you can see foundation of cloud computing. We will start from basic level of cloud computing, and then we will go to the different topics like DevOps, low level designing, design patterns, everything we are covering here. And last 1 month is going to be the it's basically a thesis. You have to, whenever you're doing masters, you have to make a whole project. Okay, so there is a project which you submit by your own research. That project is different. What we are providing you experience, that is going to be different, which you will do along with the classes. Okay, but yeah, you have to submit one project. Is it that all classes are live? If no, what is the ratio, or live or pre-recorded classes? No, no, classes are going to be the live, Sandeep. But if in case if you missed any class, then you can go with the recordings, or you can choose recordings as well if you're not comfortable with the live classes and the timings, because the timings are going to be the same. Okay, 3 days classes are going to be there. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the timing is going to be 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. We are not having any alternative times. Okay, so this is the fixed times. But if you're in case you are not able to take the live classes, then you can go with the recordings. Okay, it's your choice, guys. If somebody is going from the recording, let me just be clear here. If somebody is going from the recording, no problem. We are providing you one-on-one sessions for that. So we are having from Monday to Saturday. Sunday we are not going to be available, but from Monday to Saturday, morning 11 a.m. to evening 8 p.m., your guys are going to have a one-on-one live support. So there will be a link available. You need to click on it, and there will be always a subject matter expert available for you over there, who will help you out with all the doubts, all the concern. Or if in case you are learning from recorded classes, right? Then you are not able to understand something. So they are here to take the whole class again to make you understand. So you can use one-on-one live support for all your concern, but the timings are fixed again, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. You don't have to book any slot, and there is no limitation. You can take n number of classes here, and then you can go ahead with the doubt clearing part. Okay, these are the skills, more than 25 plus skills we give you here. Some of them we have mentioned here. You guys can see rest on the brochure, and this is how your degree is going to look like once you'll be completed with the program, Wolf Masters program. Okay, now this is the interesting part, guys, because if you guys are going to invest, you're going to learn, then I believe you all guys are planning to get placed as well, right? So we are having Elma X career track here. Now, what is Elma X? Elma X is a complete segment where we give you all kind of a training, where we have hired professionals, coach, who actually train you for the interviews part. Okay, so these coach are going to help you out with the interviews. But before you go with the Elma X career track for the placement, now first of all, let me tell you one thing. If you guys are going for Elma X career track, you guys have two options. Either you guys can complete your initial 6 months, and then you can go with the Elma X career track. You guys can take placement first, Or what you can do is you can complete your complete 12 months of program, then you can take the placements from Elmax. But Elmax assure you the job. Elmax gives you the guarantee for the placement. Okay. So when you guys are going for the Elmax, there will be we are going to ask you to sign an agreement with us where we will give you on paper that we are guaranteeing you the job. Okay, so will give you on written when it comes to the guarantee part. Okay, but yeah, either you can, as you are having a 12 months program, you can complete your 6 month, take the placement, then complete your next 6 month. You can do like this as well, so that you're getting job as soon as it is possible. Or you can do that you can complete your whole 12 months, then you can go with the placements. It is completely your choice. But yeah, for the Elma X, you should be graduated, you should be enrolled in the masters, and you can start with the Elma X career track. Okay, now when we are going with the Elma X, what we are covering in Elma X, because once you guys will get into Elma X, we are not actually directly we are going to provide you the interviews. Okay, first we will train you. So we will take 3 months of time in Elma X for the training, because we will start from business communication. If somebody is not that much fluent in communicating part or not good in communication part, because 95% of your interviews are going to be on online, right? So how you have to present yourself in online interviews, that is very much important. So we give you trainings here with business communication with soft skills. Then we will help you out with the profile and resume building. Okay, we will help you out with how exactly you have to build your resume, how exactly you have to build your cover letter. Because see, in today's time, resumes are getting shortlisted by AI, right? So AI is not going to read your whole resume. AI will find keywords in your resume, specific keywords. If you guys have put it those specific keywords, then your resume is going to shortlist. If in case you haven't put it those keywords, your resume is going to reject by the AI, right? So how exactly a professional resume you have to build, we will help you out with that. We will help you out with a LinkedIn profile, with GitHub profile, with website, with portfolio. Because during the program, we are also providing you experience, a real time experience with the company, right? So once you got the experience, how you have to show it to the company, because company will ask for proof of work, right? That you should have some proof of work. So how exactly for that you have to maintain a portfolio. So how exactly it is going to be, we will help you out with that. Then we will give you some preparation for the interviews, how exactly how exactly what kind of, like, we will give you, there are so many levels of interviews, right? There will be an aptitude interview, written paper is going to be there, right? So we will give you so many practices on that, so that you can be confident on that part as well. Now you can manage the written paper as well. We will give you one-on-one mock interview as well, so that we can also understand how you give interview, where you need more preparation, and as well as you will get practice over that, that now you know everything, that what companies are going to ask you and how you have to answer. So once you'll be practicing on the mock interviews, you will get better understanding here. Okay, we will also give you practice according to company wise. Like if we are scheduling your interviews with Amazon, right? So we will there will be a person from Amazon who will help you out with the insights of the company, so that you can have some better understanding. Okay, that what company asks. So if you are having the insight of the company, you can perform better in the interviews. So like this, we give you all the trainings here. So this is all what Elma Better is offering you. Basically, in short, if I'll tell you in short what Elma Better is offering you, Elma Better is giving you a complete solution. Okay. In terms of, see, you are getting master's degree, you are planning for masters, then you are getting your master's degree here, which is not only just valid in India or UK or Europe, it is valid in 60 other countries as well. So you don't have to plan for your masters again and again. But yeah, you're doing your masters from one of the top 50 universities in UK, like that is the Wolf University. So definitely you're getting a good accredited degree here. But again, Alma Better is definitely providing you the masters, but along with it, Alma Better is also helping you to get ready with placements also, right? That how you can get a job, like what are the company's requirement and how you can achieve those requirements. Everything Alma Better is providing you all the solutions together in this master's program. Okay, so once you'll be done with the program, you'll be going to have a degree. You're going to have all these skills which is required. so that in next 10 years you don't need any upgradation until unless something new is not coming into the market. You don't need any upgradation after this masters. Third, you're getting experience. Now company want the right experience according to their job profile, right, according to their designation for which they are hiring. They need the experience related to that. You guys are getting the accurate experience here, real time experience here, what companies are asking for. And then when it comes to the placement, you guys need a push. We are ready to take the guarantee here for the placement. We are ready to take the assurance here for the placement. So everything we are managing over here. Okay. Any concern on these part, right, guys? Like anything you guys want to ask, which is not clear, you can ask anything. Also, I want you guys. I have shared, a form with you guys, and I want you, or like I want all of you to fill this form. Okay, because if somebody wants one-on-one counselor, they can just directly fill the form, and definitely counselor will connect you for this. Or also you can do one more thing, guys. You guys can I hope I'm audible. Yeah, any concern, guys, anything you guys want to ask? Guys, you can fill out the form. Okay, if you guys are having any concern or anything, you guys want to connect with some counselor personally, one on one, you want to discuss over the call, you can just fill out the form. Definitely either I will reach you or someone else will reach you out for this, and we can help you out personally here. Okay. So Sanjay, basically, when it comes to the interview, generally people are not taking more than, generally I'm talking about like people like you who are coming for the guaranteed placement. They take the job in 5, 6 interviews only. But still from our end, because we are giving you the guarantee here, right? So until unless you're not satisfied with the job, with the package, so we will help you out because the average package goes that is 15 LP. You guys have shown, I've shown you on the website, right? So until unless if you guys are aiming for some more, if you guys are confident that you can make some more good package and you can aim for a better company, so we are ready to give you more interviews. Okay, but yeah, until unless you guys are not accepting the offer letter, we will provide you the interviews. So there is nothing like that. There is some limit, like we will give you 2 or 3 rounds, 3 companies interview. It's not like that. Until unless you're not taking the job opportunity, we will help you out with the interviews, because we are having 700 plus companies. If we are okay with pan India, we are ready to give you a number of opportunities. So until unless you're not satisfied, you can go with the more interviews. That's not a problem. So we are not having any limitation. It is completely on the candidature how they're accepting the offer letter. But generally, if I tell you in general way that how much interviews each student take, they generally go for 5, 6 interviews only. In 5, 6 interviews, they accept the one offer letter. Sometimes people go for the higher interviews if they are looking for some best company and they're trying to apply. If they're not accepting the offer letter, then only we give you this. Any other questions, guys? Okay, so guys, at last I would recommend you, if you guys need a connect one-on-one session, you can just take the link from here and you can fill it out. So if you guys are not having any concern, we'll end the session here. Okay, and yeah, so we'll end the session here only, and I wish you all the best, guys, and have a new year. Happy New Year, guys. So, okay. Thank you for being here in the session, guys. It was very interactive with all of you. Thank you.